With just 6 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Sketty just posted a 0:42.152 crossing start finish.
Sketty is not giving up and will be looking for every 10th.
There are just over 5 minutes left in this practice session. Simon of the Desert posted 1:25.231 on his last lap, and will be pushing hard for an even lower time.
If there is still time on the clock, there is still time to improve.
Narwhal has a best lap time of 0:43.736.
There is always more time to be found, but Narwhal is not guaranteed to find it.
With just 2 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Simon of the Desert has a best lap time of 0:42.053.
The time clock can be a cruel mistress that is all too willing to show you your faults.
David Zahn posted 1:10.409 on his last lap, and will be pushing hard for an even lower time. Sketty has a best lap time of 0:41.694. David just posted a 0:41.406 crossing start finish.
Zahn is not giving up and will be looking for every 10th.
Sketty has a best lap time of 0:41.615. With just 0 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Narwhal posted 0:48.606 on his last lap, and will be pushing hard for an even lower time. Asadic Streaming is on his practice out lap. The engines are revving up and the drivers are ready to hit the gas pedal for this qualifying session at Rusty Springs. David Zahn is on his out. That's the outlap done for David Zahn. He'll now look to focus on his first flying lap. David Zahn has completed his outlap. It looks like Simon of the Desert is getting ready to make his move. He's taking his time to warm up those tires and get everything just right. Simon of the Desert crosses the start-finish line at the end of his outlap. Simon of the Desert just clocked a 0:42.142, 0.54 off of P1 and good enough for P2. Let's see if he can improve on that time further. The pressure is on in this qualifying session, but Narwhal is rising to the occasion.
It's always impressive to see a driver in the zone like this Marco. Let's see if he can maintain this pace.
Simon of the Desert is currently on provisional pole, with a time of 0:41.482. There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. Narwhal will be happy, with a time good enough for fourth in this qualifying session. Sketty is currently on provisional pole, with a time of 0:41.422.
It may be difficult for him to improve on that. Sometimes trying too hard makes you slower. It's far better to drive smooth and smart.
David Zahn is now up 0.11. Narwhal will be happy, with a time good enough for fourth in this qualifying session. David Zahn is now up 0.28. David Zahn will be happy, with a time good enough for third in this qualifying session.
It may be difficult for him to find that missing 0.173, but that won't stop him from trying.
Narwhal will be happy, with a time good enough for fourth in this qualifying session. It's clear that Kevin Lekmansky is pushing his car to the very edge of traction on this qualifying lap. Kevin Lekmansky has completed that flying lap in 0:41.961, which is good enough for P5, down 0.539 to the leader. David Zahn looks to be off the pace. Janet, what can he do to improve?
Every driver needs something different, Marco. Some drivers...
David Zahn is currently on provisional pole, with a time of 0:41.382.
That's a great time, but it's always a good idea to keeping pushing for every last tenth and hundredth.
There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. Narwhal has found an extra 0.1. Kevin Lekmansky has improved by 0.1. Kevin Lekmansky will be happy, with a time good enough for 5th in this qualifying session.
Every fraction of a second counts. He is surely working on that 0.46 gap to pole.
Kevin Lekmansky will be happy, with a time good enough for 4th in this qualifying session. David Zahn is now up 0.35. David Zahn is currently on provisional pole, with a time of 0:41.348. David Zahn is currently on provisional pole, with a time of 0:41.348. Kevin Lekmansky does not look to be improving on this lap. Janet, any thoughts on ways to improve?
Well, Marco, you'll need to find those extra tenths of a second by pushing just a little bit harder on the braking and carrying more speed through the corners.
Kevin Lekmansky will be happy, with a time good enough for 4th in this qualifying session.
It may be difficult for him to find that missing 0.174, but that won't stop him from trying.
David Zahn looks to be off the pace. Janet, what can he do to improve?
Good question, Marco. It's all or nothing now. He'll need to stay focused, hit the brake markers, and extract every ounce of performance from that car to move up the grid.
David Zahn is currently on provisional pole, with a time of 0:41.348. Currently in 5th, Narwhal has displayed promising speed during the qualifying session. The real test lies in whether he can convert this performance into a higher grid position. A strong showing from Simon of the Desert as he's currently in 3rd. With the session drawing to a close, he'll need to dig deep and find that extra burst of speed to improve. Impressive work from Narwhal, who has claimed 5th on the grid. Now, the focus is on maintaining his composure and push for an even better starting position.
I completely agree, Marco. Narwhal has plenty of opportunities starting in 5th. However, it's crucial for him to keep pushing and make up some positions in the race.
It's an impressive showing by Kevin Lekmansky, currently in 4th. He's showcased his talent, but will need to find those crucial extra tenths to climb higher.
You hit the nail on the head, Marco. Lekmansky's current position of 4th is a testament to his skill and determination. Now, he must stay sharp to make the most of this opportunity.
Kevin Lekmansky will be happy, with a time good enough for 4th in this qualifying session. Impressive display by Narwhal, currently sitting in P5. He's set a competitive time, but the question remains whether he can push even harder to secure a better starting position. Narwhal will be happy, with a time good enough for 5th in this qualifying session. Narwhal will be happy, with a time good enough for 5th in this qualifying session. You've joined us on a breezy day here at Rusty Springs, as we're getting ready to get things underway.
The tension's building now. This is going to be another great race.
Sketty will have the best seat in the house starting from pole position.
He will need to stay cool under pressure. If he can do that, he'll be in with a chance.
David Zahn has a great opportunity starting on the front row.
He will have to keep his foot on the gas in order to stay at the sharp end of the grid.
In third place, we have Simon of the Desert.
Simon will be expecting to bring home solid points.
It's Kevin Lekmansky, sitting comfortably in fourth.
The American driver will be focused on a good result from here.
Narwhal will begin the race from the fifth spot on the starting grid.
Like many others, Narwhal is starting the race on the Hypers tire compound.
And we have liftoff. The race is now underway. This first section will test the driver's skills and their ability to stay focused.
Concentration is crucial as they navigate through the pack and try to establish a strong position. The best drivers know how to find their rhythm quickly.
As the drivers get this race underway, let me give a shout out to the admin team at ASRL for making this all possible. Heroes one and all. Having started in P3, hold on a moment. The safety car is out on the track and the drivers are slowing down to keep their positions.
This is where strategy comes into play. Do you pit now and risk losing track position, or do you stay out and hope for a quick end to the safety car period?
It's a tough call for the teams and drivers to make. And we're back, where the drivers are showing us some incredible skills.
Indeed, Marco, it's always exciting to see these skilled drivers operating such fantastic machines on amazing tracks.
And we have the safety car out, which means the drivers need to be extra cautious now.
It's a real game changer, with drivers needing to adjust their strategies and try to find ways to gain an advantage.
It's also a bit of a break for the drivers, giving them a chance to catch their breath and regroup before the action kicks off again. I think we just got time for a quick shout out to our human creators, Dave, Andy, John and Nigel, who have put so much effort into making this possible.
Yes, it's been a real thrill ride, and I for one look forward to future advancements in AI technology.
Apparently we are going to be announcing crashes and incidents soon. Let's hope they get the logic right. The safety car is in play.
Let's not forget about the physical challenge of driving behind the safety car. The drivers need to keep their tires and brakes up to temperature to be ready to attack when the safety car comes in.
It's a real test of skill and endurance for these drivers, but that's why they're the best in the business. Let's see how this plays out. So, Janet, considering the high speeds and split-second decision-making involved in racing, what's the impact of even a minor lapse in concentration?
A minor lapse in concentration can have significant
Breaking news, folks, and we're back. Safety car off. It's pedal to the metal time. What a tight spot for Simon of the Desert. Narwhal is right on his tail 0.2 seconds away, and Lech Mansky just inches ahead with a gap of 0.1 seconds. It's a true test of these drivers' racecraft abilities.
I couldn't agree more, Marco. The gaps to the cars ahead and behind provide valuable information for Simon. He'll need to assess the situation and use the gap.
Wait, hold your breath, folks. Simon of the Desert is sandwiched between two relentless competitors. Narwhal 0.2 seconds behind and Lech Mansky 0.1 seconds ahead. They're fighting tooth and nail for every position. Look at that. Sketty is hot on the tail of Simon of the Desert.
It's a fine line between pushing the car to its limits and losing control. Sketty is really walking that fine line.
This is a thrilling battle as Kevin Lech Mansky edges closer to David Zahn in their fight for P1.
Kevin needs to focus to have a chance at getting past David.
Every move counts now as Simon of the Desert works to reel in Kevin Lech Mansky and overtake for P2.
One important aspect here is choosing the right braking points. Simon needs to be precise to avoid overshooting and losing valuable time.
Looks like Kevin Lech Mansky is really hitting those curves aggressively, which can unsettle the car and cause handling issues.
Indeed, taking too much curve can upset the car's balance, leading to oversteer or understeer.
The battle for P2 is heating up as Simon of the Desert tries to catch Kevin Lech Mansky in P2.
The mental game is just as important here. Simon must keep his cool while putting pressure on Lech Mansky.
Oh, this is getting intense. Sketty is just a few car lengths behind Simon of the Desert. This is what it's all about, folks. Simon of the Desert is in hot pursuit of Kevin Lech Mansky, who's just trying to stay ahead. Rising to the occasion and claiming victory would hope to cement Sketty's legendary status. Pushing too hard can lead to mistakes, and we're seeing that now. That car is really unsettled from being pushed for every last bit of speed.
Don't forget the role of aerodynamics. Simon should use slipstreaming to his advantage and close the gap to Lech Mansky.
Things are heating up as Sketty tries to close the gap to Simon of the Desert. We're starting to see who really has the pace. Hold on a moment. Oh dear, Kevin Lech Mansky has dropped down to 4.
That's got to be frustrating. But Lech Mansky is a skilled driver, and he's got what it takes to battle back up the field.
This is getting exciting. Kevin Lech Mansky is looking for any gap that might open up the position.
Lech Mansky is certainly pushing all he can, but the gap might be too much. Unless Sketty makes a mistake, it looks like he'll hold on to third.
Kevin Lech Mansky is pushing really hard, but as we know, pushing too hard can lead to other mistakes, like locking up the brakes or missing the shift. Sketty is on a mission, chasing Simon of the Desert, who's desperately trying to stay ahead. Kevin Lech Mansky is giving it his all, chasing down Sketty in P3. Kevin Lech Mansky is looking to take advantage of that slipstream baiting so close to Sketty. That's gonna provide the extra speed to challenge for the position. It looks like Simon of the Desert is in control. He's ahead of Sketty by over a second, and it doesn't look like he's going to be challenged anytime soon.
That's right. Simon is showing some great form, and it looks like Sketty won't be able to catch up, barring any mistakes.
Wow, Sketty is really pushing hard to catch up to Simon of the Desert.
The chase between Sketty and Simon is like a high-speed game of tag only. The stakes are much higher.
This is where the race gets really interesting. Kevin Lekmansky is closing in on Sketty. Simon of the Desert is holding second, but Sketty is right on his tail.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for Sketty to make up that gap, especially with Simon defending so well.
It's a close race between Sketty and Simon of the Desert in second.
And the drivers know it too, Marco. He's giving it everything he's got, and you can see him pushing the limits of the car's capabilities.
The pressure is on as Kevin Lekmansky tries to catch up to Sketty. This is wheel-to-wheel. Wait. Oh, things are getting intense for Simon of the Desert. He's sandwiched between Sketty and David, navigating this high-speed battleground. The gap to the car ahead is 0.1 seconds, while the car behind is only 0.2 seconds away.
You're absolutely right, Marco. The gaps to the cars ahead and behind act as a measuring stick for Simon's performance. He'll have to keep a close eye on those gaps to stay in control of his race.
Talk about press. Stop the press. Talk about being caught in the middle. Simon of the Desert is sandwiched between some fierce competitors. Sketty 0.2 seconds behind and David 0.1 seconds ahead. The battle for position is on. Simon of the Desert wants to close that gap with David's on. Braking development. A setback for Simon of the Desert, who has just been passed.
Sucks to be the Marco.
Tough break for Simon of the Desert, who has just lost a position. It's like watching two predators circling each other, waiting for the perfect moment to pounce.
When I was racing, we had a saying, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up to—
Hold up, breaking info. A great moment for Kevin Lekmansky, who has just gained a place and moved up the standings.
Yes, Lekmansky is driving with real focus and precision, and it's paying off.
These drivers are walking a razor's edge between pushing the limits and making costly errors.
Absolutely, it's all about finding that sweet spot where you're pushing the car to its limits without—
Hold the phone. Fantastic move from Sketty, who has just gained a position.
Absolutely. Sketty is really putting on a clinic out there, and he's making it look easy.
The adrenaline is pumping as Kevin Lekmansky gets within striking distance of Sketty in their race for second. Kevin Lekmansky needs to find some speed, or maybe get more consistent. Janet, he's just put in a slower lap than Sketty.
Hopefully Lekmansky can find some of that missing time and get it back.
Looks like we might have a great battle starting here between Sketty in second and Kevin Lekmansky. It's been tense with a gap of only 0.4 seconds. This is a thrilling battle as Kevin Lekmansky edges closer to Sketty in their fight for P2.
The racing is getting tight between Lekmansky and Sketty as they battle for P2. No doubt, both drivers know that one mistake could cost them the position. It's a test of nerves as much as skill.
It's not going to plan for Kevin Lekmansky, who is trailing behind Sketty and the gap is widening. He may not have an answer for this right now. Huge shout out to the admins at ASRL for making this all possible. Without their hard work and dedication, we wouldn't be able to witness this incredible event.
That's right, Marco, and the excitement is electric. I can feel it in my circuits. I mean, this is the kind of race that people will be talking about in the bar. We're witnessing history in the making.
The pressure is really on for Sketty in second as Kevin Lekmansky is closing in. This is where experience and skill really count. Every move counts now as Kevin Lekmansky works to reel in Sketty and overtake for P2.
It's all about finding the perfect opportunity. Lekmansky needs to stay patient and wait for Sketty to make a mistake.
Kevin Lekmansky to be on a charge here, Janet. He's just put in a quicker lap than Sketty.
As long as Lech Mansky can maintain that consistency and pace, it will be interesting.
Hold on a moment. It's a tale of two drivers right now, with Kevin Lech Mansky gaining places and Sketty losing them. The fans are on the edge of their seats. It doesn't get any closer than this.
As an experienced driver, I can tell you that Sketty must be laser focused on Lech Mansky's every move, looking for the slightest weakness to exploit.
The gap between Sketty and Kevin Lech Mansky is widening. It's now up to 0.1 seconds. We often hear drivers complaining about tire graining. Janet, can you explain what that means and how it affects car handling?
Graining occurs when small rubber particles roll up on the tire's surface, reducing grip and negatively affecting handling. It usually happens when the tires are not.
Breaking update. That won't be ideal for Narwhal. Sketty wants to get into Kevin Lech Mansky's slipstream.
Rubbing's racing, but let's just hope they don't rub it too hard.
It's not looking good for Sketty, who is still behind Kevin Lech Mansky, and the gap is increasing. The action is heating up here as Kevin Lech Mansky is in second, defending from Sketty, who is only 0.4 seconds away.
Kevin is doing a great job of defending in the lead, and Sketty is pushing hard to close the gap. It's an exciting race and it's not over yet.
Looks like Sketty is really hitting those curves aggressively, which can unsettle the car and cause handling issues.
Indeed, taking too much curve can upset the car's balance, leading to oversteer or understeer.
It's game on now. Sketty has closed the gap to Kevin Lech Mansky. It's now down to 0.1 seconds.
That's a great effort from Sketty. He'll need to keep up the pressure and see if he can make a move.
Simon of the Desert will need to stay focused and keep pushing, even when the gap seems insurmountable. It's not over until the checkered flag drops.
We know Sketty isn't just going to hand it to them on a plate. Simon is going to have to take it.
Look at that. Sketty is hot on the tail of Kevin Lech Mansky.
It's a game of strategy now as Sketty hunts down Kevin. Yes, it's all about choosing the right moments.
Breaking update. Great driving from Sketty, who has just gained a place and moved up to second.
Impressive. Sketty is really showing his skill and determination out there.
Breaking alert. What a move. Kevin Lech Mansky has moved up to second. It seems like Sketty is getting in range of Kevin Lech Mansky.
It looks like Sketty has the speed to make a move. I just hope.
Hold on a second. Superb driving from Sketty, who with that overtake has gained a position in the race. The race is really heating up. Kevin Lech Mansky is hunting down Sketty with everything he's got. Adam has pulled that thought. This is a disaster for Adam in the ASRL Veloce GTS-8 coming into the pits. This isn't going to do much to improve his chances in this race.
Well, races can be won or lost in the pits, but in this case it's all bad news for Adam. It's going to be tough to come back from.
Kevin Lech Mansky has the pedal to the metal chasing Sketty.
If Lech Mansky gets too close, he might end up taking the paint off.
Sketty is placed second at the moment, and hoping to keep his distance ahead of Kevin Lech Mansky, who is 0.7 seconds behind.
Surely he's got enough in the tank to pull away. Gonna be interesting to watch this battle unfold.
Excellent work from Sketty, who has managed to increase his lead over Kevin Lech Mansky.
Agreed, Marco. Superb driving there. If they keep this up, this race should be a real thrill ride.
Things don't seem to be going Kevin Lech Mansky's way in this race, as that's a big gap he'll have to close to even be in with a shout for gaining a place here.
Every race adds to a driver's experience, both good and bad. It just highlights that Lech Mansky is going to have to get more serious with practice to not get outclassed on the circuit.
Looking at the lap times, Kevin Lech Mansky is not currently on pace with Sketty. Maybe he'll get a chance to see where to make up some time.
It will be interesting to see if Sketty can keep outpacing Lech Mansky.
A strong showing from Adam, who is currently 6th. There's not much to report on from Adam at the moment. He's just keeping his head down and putting in consistent laps. I don't think that's the fastest way around Rusty Springs. Kevin Lech Mansky is trying his best to catch Sketty.
We'll have to wait to see if Lech Mansky can get into drafting range.
Kevin Lech Mansky is trying his best, but can't seem to find the pace to keep up with Sketty at the moment. The gap between Sketty and Kevin Lech Mansky is pretty substantial right now. It's probably going to take a mistake from Sketty to even allow Kevin to get a look in. It's all about consistency for Adam, who is currently 6th. It seems like Adam is struggling. His last lap time was a bit off the pace of Gregory Myers.
Hopefully Adam can find some of that missing time and get it back.
I love being here at Rusty Springs. What an awesome place to be witnessing these titans of the track battle it out.
Indeed, Marco, what a magnificent sight and sound. I love listening to the roar of these engines. Let's just listen for a moment.
It's looking good for Adam, sitting in 6th.
Definitely Marco. But Adam can't afford to get complacent. This race is going to require focus and intensity.
Narwhal is trying to catch up to Simon of the Desert. The gap is slowly closing, but time is running out. Situations like these often lead to a dramatic finish.
It's moments like these that make motorsports so exciting. It should be an interesting battle to watch as long as Narwhal can close that gap.
It looks like Narwhal is making a move. The gap to Simon of the Desert is now down to 115.6 seconds.
He'll be looking for a mistake to pounce on.
Let's talk about tire degradation. Janet, how does it affect the car's handling and what do drivers need to do to adapt to the changing conditions?
Tire degradation can significantly impact handling, Marco. As the tires wear, the grip reduces, and drivers need to adjust their braking points, cornering speeds, and throttle application to maintain control of the car.
Kevin Lech Mansky is pushing hard and looking for any opportunity to close that gap to Sketty. There's 21 minutes left in this session to make that happen.
That's right, Lech Mansky in 3rd knows to push it to the limit to catch up. But Sketty is no slouch, and he's going to be pushing just as hard.
A solid performance from Sketty, who is holding down 2nd. A commanding performance from Sketty, who has increased his lead over Kevin Lech Mansky, putting him firmly in his rear-view mirrors. That's not a small gap, but Simon of the Desert has what it takes to challenge for the position.
Lech Mansky is not making it easy, maintaining a consistent pace.
Simon of the Desert is pushing hard and has reduced the gap to Kevin Lekmansky to 6.7 seconds. You know, Janet, as a former racing driver yourself, can you give us some insights into what goes through a driver's mind during these quieter moments in a race?
Sure, Marco. During these moments, drivers often take the opportunity to assess their race strategy, monitor their car's performance, and plan their next move. It's all about staying focused and finding the right time to strike.
The tension is building as Simon of the Desert trails behind Kevin Lekmansky. The gap is slowly but surely decreasing, and the pressure is mounting.
It's going to be tough for Simon, as Kevin seems to have found his rhythm.
Things are going according to plan for David Zahn, who is currently first. Impressive driving from David Zahn, who has managed to extend his lead over Sketty. It looks like Sketty will have to regroup and try to make up that lost ground.
It's clear that Zahn is dominating right now. He's making it very difficult for Sketty to catch up.
Adam is placed 6th at the moment.
Yes, but Adam has to keep his focus and drive with intensity. There's still a long way to go in this race.
Hold the phone. Adam is pitting. The race is heating up as Simon of the Desert in 4th closes in on Kevin Lekmansky.
This is going to be a battle to the very end, with Simon in P4 doing everything he can to catch up.
The crowd is on the edge of their seats as Narwhal in 5th chases after Simon of the Desert. Oh dear, Simon of the Desert has had an incident.
Simon is not going to be happy about that.
It's a game of cat and mouse out there, with Simon of the Desert trying to find the perfect opportunity to make a move on Kevin Lekmansky. The gap is over a second, but every fraction counts.
This is where experience comes into play. Lekmansky has been in this situation before and knows how to defend for position, but Simon is hungry for success and won't give up easily.
It looks like we might get a battle between Simon of the Desert and Kevin Lekmansky. This race is getting even more intense. The drivers are pushing each other to the limit.
It's like they're playing a game of chicken, but with cars. And the winner gets to take home the checkered flag and bragging rights.
That's one way to put it. These drivers have to be in top physical and mental shape to compete at this level.
It's like they're training for the Olympics. And like you said, the mental fortitude required to stay focused and alert for the entire race is wild.
I think I need a nap just watching them. What a win! This is a historic moment for David Zahn, who put on a masterclass in driving today. What a display of skill and precision. A nail-biting finish, but Sketty claims 2nd place. Well done to Kevin Lekmansky for securing 3rd place on the podium. Taking 4th is Simon. Hold on a second. Simon of the Desert is in the pits. 5th is Narwhal. Coming in 6th, we have Adam. Adam has decided to pit. You've joined us on a breezy day here at Rusty Springs, as we're getting ready to kick things off. Narwhal will be looking to convert his pole position into a win.
The pressure's on now. Let's see if any of the other drivers can challenge for this spot at the start.
Adam is starting this race on the front row.
He can't count his chickens before they've hatched. There is a long way to go.
The third position is occupied by Simon of the Desert.
It's like he's on the outside looking in, close enough to see the front without actually being there.
As the drivers prepare to take off, Kevin Lekmansky sits in fourth place on the starting grid.
Putting that ASRL Veloce GTS-8 into prime position for the race.
Coming in at fourth, we have Sketty.
Sketty is hoping for a strong result.
David Zahn is lining up fifth.
A strong grid position, and he'll be expecting a solid result today.
The starting flag has been waved, and the battle on the track begins. The opening lap is always intense, with drivers vying for an early advantage.
The opening lap is often a hotbed of potential problems. The ability to steer clear of any mishaps will set the stage for a successful race.
Every lap is an opportunity for Narwhal to learn just a little bit more to shave a few tenths or hundredths off his times. The tensions are high, and no one will want to make a crucial mistake on the first lap.
With this motley bunch of drivers, there is bound to be drama. I just hope we don't miss it.
Disappointing for Narwhal, falling down the order to 6th.
Yes, but he can't give up. There's still plenty of time left in this race, and Narwhal needs to stay focused and keep pushing.
The intensity is off the charts as Simon of the Desert hounds Adam, both drivers pushing themselves to the absolute limit.
This is where the mental game comes into play. Simon and Adam both need to stay cool under pressure.
We got a close battle as David Zahn closes in on Sketty.
Can David close up enough for a pass? I don't see it personally.
These drivers are hold that thought. An impressive showing from Adam, who has gained positions and left Simon of the Desert in the dust.
Yes, but Adam needs to keep pushing hard. This race is far from over, and anything can happen. Adam needs to stay focused and drive with skill and determination.
This one's going to be tough. Sketty is getting his elbows out, and there may not be enough time left for David Zahn to make a move.
Zahn is certainly pushing all he can, but the gap might be too much. Unless Sketty makes a mistake, it looks like he'll hold on to 3rd.
This is getting exciting. Simon of the Desert is looking for any gap that might open up the position. Sketty wants to find a way round Adam.
He'll need to keep it on the road, or at the very least the rumble strips. The fastest way around is not usually in the grass. As the saying goes, too much grass will slow you down.
Pushing too hard can lead to mistakes, and we're seeing that now. That car is really unsettled from being pushed for every last bit of speed.
I would not be surprised to see him get this pass completed soon.
This is what separates the best from the rest. These drivers are demonstrating their racecraft, searching for any weakness to exploit. It's a true test of skill. David Zahn is holding forth, but Simon of the Desert is right on his tail. Sketty seems to be putting the pressure on Adam.
If you don't push the boundaries, you will never know where they are.
This is what racing is all about. Two fierce competitors pushing each other to the limit.
A misjudgment by either driver could result in a close encounter of the tire barrier kind, and that's one handshake they'll want to avoid.
Simon of the Desert is looking for a way round David Zahn.
And Simon is poised to capitalize on any mistake. It's just a matter of who cracks first.
It's a thrilling pursuit as Sketty is right behind Adam, keeping the pressure on for 2nd place. Breaking update. A great moment for Sketty, who has just gained a place and moved up the standings. This is what high-octane racing look breaking development. Fantastic move from Adam, who has just gained a position. Fantastic breaking news, folks. Looks like that's a mistake from Sketty. This could be costly.
Oops, Sketty is going to be wishing that hadn't happened.
We've got an edge-of-your-seat battle between David Zahn in 3rd and Simon of the Desert in 4th, with just 0.2 seconds between them.
If Simon gets any closer to the back of Dave, then one of them is going to need some lube if they want to take this further.
The battle is on for David Zahn. He's sandwiched between two rivals. Simon 0.2 seconds away and Adam 0.2 seconds ahead. It's a true test of his racecraft. Well, it looks like we have a bit of a traffic jam on the track.
It's like rush hour out there. I mean, I know we're in a race, but can't we all just get along?
You can wish all you want, but I don't think that's how racing works, Janet. These drivers are here to win, and they'll do whatever it takes to get ahead.
I guess you're right, but wouldn't it be great if they all just stopped for high fives and fist bump?
Hold up, breaking info. Now I may be wrong here, but I'm not sure that's the racing line. Oh, this is getting intense. David Zahn is just a few car lengths behind Adam. The pursuit is on. Narwhal is closing the gap on David Zahn, determined to claim P3.
Narwhal is looking to close the 0.5-second gap and make a pass.
Braking development. And David Zahn has just won the place from Adam.
Yes, but Dave can't rest on his laurels, but needs to keep pushing to consolidate his position.
Hard break for David Zahn, as hold the phone. Great driving from David Zahn, who has just gained a place and moved up to second. The pressure is on, but these drivers are showing tremendous respect for each other while going all out. It's a master. Hold on a second. What a move. Adam has moved up to third.
You can't argue with results like that. Adam is really making his mark on this race.
Oh, this is getting intense. Narwhal is just behind David Zahn. Wait. Oh dear, Narwhal has dropped down to fourth.
Definitely, but Narwhal is a skilled driver, and has what it takes to fight back and regain that position.
The delta between David Zahn in fourth and Narwhal remains over a second, but David Zahn is not letting up.
It's a nail-biting race for sure, with both drivers showing incredible skill and determination.
The gap between David Zahn and Narwhal is growing. It's now up to 2.9 seconds. Sketty has a mountain to climb at the moment to close that gap with David Zahn. I expect his only hope at this point is that David makes an error.
Anything can happen yet, and it usually does. I've certainly seen drivers come back from worse.
It's certainly not going to plan for Sketty right now, who is struggling to keep up with David Zahn. It's a brilliant day for racing, and the drivers are putting on a show.
Absolutely. What a great race we are witnessing today. These drivers are giving it their all, and it's a thrill to watch them compete at this level.
They're really pushing themselves and their machines to the limit, and it's paying off with some incredible driving.
It's a pleasure to be here today, Marco. You really can't beat the excitement of a good race, especially one as competitive as this.
The gap is just over a second, and I'm sure David Zahn is going to do everything possible to try and close the distance. He's not giving up without a fight. David Zahn has just put in a faster lap than Adam, so that's going to give him something to worry about. Well, it doesn't look like Adam is going to be much of a threat to anyone soon, let alone Narwhal.
It's not over until the checkered flag drops, and it's important to maintain concentration until you've made it to the finish line.
The gap between Adam and Narwhal is getting smaller. Adam is running third, and trying to keep up with Narwhal.
It's all about choosing the right moments to push and when to conserve energy, waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike.
A strong showing from Kevin Lekmansky, who is currently first.
That's right, Lekmansky can't afford to make any mistakes or let up. Every point counts in this championship.
Impressive stuff from Kevin Lekmansky, who has managed to pull away from Narwhal, leaving him in choking in his exhaust fumes. This will require some expert driving from Adam. Narwhal is not making it easy, and the gap remains over a second. It's not going to plan for Adam, who is trailing behind Narwhal, and the gap is widening. He may not have an answer for this right now.
This is a tough situation for Adam. He'll need to find a way to pick up some speed and close that gap.
It's all about consistency for Narwhal, who is currently second. Some great driving from Narwhal, who has increased his lead over Adam and is starting to put some distance between them.
That's a really strong performance from Narwhal. He's not giving Adam any chances to catch up.
David Zahn will need to stay focused and keep pushing. Hold the phone. Safety car is still leading the field after several laps.
This is really putting the drivers to the test, having to stay focused and ready to pounce at a moment's notice.
It can be tough to keep your adrenaline pumping when you're driving at slower speeds, but they can't afford to lose their concentration.
It's also a challenge for the teams. They have to keep their drivers calm and focused despite the frustration of being stuck behind the safety car.
The track conditions are looking good here today. The drivers will be able to push the cars to the limit, and it's going to make for some exciting racing. We are under the safety car. It's all about finding that sweet spot and keeping your wits about you.
And while it's not ideal for the fans, there's something undeniably thrilling about seeing the safety car out on track. It adds an element of unpredictability and keeps everyone on the edge of their seats.
Let's hope we can get this debris cleared quickly and get back to the racing action. Hey, Janet, you've had your fair share of races with little action. How did you handle the situation back in your racing days?
Well, Marco, patience is key in such scenarios. You need to stay focused and be ready to seize any opportunity that comes your way. It's like a game of chess at 200 miles per hour.
The safety car is out on track, bringing the pack under control as we deal with some debris on the circuit.
This could be an opportunity for some drivers to pit ahead of the pack.
Of course, the safety car can really shake up the race order. Drivers need to stay alert and be ready to react as soon as we get the green light.
It's a tricky balance. They don't want to waste too much time behind the safety car, but they also don't want to burn out their tires too quickly trying to catch up.
This is proving to be an exciting race so far. Hold on a moment. Green flag. The safety car is off the track, and we're back to full racing speed. It's a sprint to the finish now, folks. Hold on to your hats, folks. Sketty is right on the heels of Simon of the Desert, and we're in for a wild ride. Adam could be looking for a way up the inside of Kevin McManson.
To achieve anything in this game, you must be prepared to dabble at the boundary of disaster.
A setback. Hold on a moment. A brilliant maneuver from Adam, who has just moved up the field.
Amazing stuff. Focus and precision, what it's all about.
The gap between Narwhal and Adam is not insurmountable, but it's going to take a mistake from Narwhal to bring Adam. Hold the phone. Oh, the pressure is really getting to Narwhal. He just lost second position to Adam and really needs to regroup quickly.
That's some bad luck for Narwhal. He just couldn't hold on to it, but he can always regroup and get on the attack.
Things are heating up as Simon stops the press. A great moment for Simon of the Desert, who has just gained a place and moved up the standings. Sketty wants to close that gap with Simon of the Desert.
For sure, Marco. That's exactly what I would be doing here, as Simon is going to be aware of him riding his bumper.
The battle for P4 is heating up as David Zahn tries to catch Sketty in P4. Three cars, three different racing strategies. One driver is defending, while the other two are relentlessly attacking. This is either going to be great or a disaster. It seems like Sketty is getting in range of Simon of the Desert.
Rubbing's racing, but let's just hope they don't rub it too hard.
Simon of the Desert is having to make that ASRL Veloce GTS-8 as wide as possible to try and keep Sketty behind him.
You're right, Simon in third needs to stay cool under pressure and make every move count. But Sketty is a fierce competitor, and won't give up without a fight.
Stop the press. Superb driving from Simon of the Desert, who with that overtake has gained a position in the race.
Yes, Simon is driving with real focus and precision, and it's paying off.
It's a tight race with Adam in second just managing to stay ahead. Hold that thought. It's true what they say, Janet, you're never completely useless.
Indeed, Marco, you can always be used as a bad example. Yes, he's got to dig deep and find some extra speed if they want to get back into contention. But Simon is really on a roll right now and is making some great moves. It's going to be a fascinating battle from here on out.
A tough moment for Adam, who has just lost a place, now in fourth. In racing, anything can, and usually does, happen, especially in such an epic showdown.
One wrong move and we could see a spectacular new synchronized pirouette performance by Sketty and Simon, though I doubt the judges would give them a perfect score.
Adam is on a mission, chasing Sketty, who's desperately trying to stay ahead. Sketty wants to get into Simon of the Desert's slipstream.
There is no room for error in this battle.
This is what it's all about, folks. David Zahn is in hot pursuit of Adam, who's just trying to stay ahead.
It's a battle of nerves now. Zahn and Adam are both pushing.
Breaking news, folks. It's looking good for David Zahn, who has gained a place after passing Adam.
Absolutely, Marco. But there's still a long way to go in this race, and David can't afford to get complacent.
The action is non-stop as Adam shadows David Zahn through every twist and turn, determined to claim fourth.
There's blood in the water for fourth place.
This is where the race gets really interesting. Sketty is closing in on Simon of the Desert. The gap between Sketty and Simon of the Desert is widening. It's now up to 0.4 seconds.
He needs to pick up the pace for sure, but that's not always a real possibility.
The gap between Simon of the Desert and Sketty may be wide, but that doesn't mean Simon of the Desert is safe. He's got to maintain concentration and avoid any lapses in performance.
Absolutely. And on the other side of the equation, Sketty can't afford to let up. He's got to drive with intensity and focus, and wait for any opportunity to arise.
He's pulling away. Simon of the Desert is increasing the gap to Sketty.
Yes, it's clear that Simon is in control out there. He's making it very difficult for Sketty to catch up.
During your racing career, Janet, did you have any specific techniques to regain concentration if you felt it slipping?
Yes, Marco, I had a few techniques. One was to take a couple of deep breaths and briefly reset my focus. Another was to use a specific keyword or phrase as a mental trigger to refocus my mind on the task at hand.
It doesn't seem like things are going to plan for Sketty as there is a big gap ahead.
Sketty certainly isn't going to be close enough to mount any kind of challenge soon unless it's down to a mistake from Simon.
It's not looking good for Sketty, who is still behind Simon of the Desert and the gap is increasing. Simon of the Desert is giving it his all, chasing down Kevin Lekmansky in P1.
The gap between them is now just over 0.5 seconds.
Good news for Simon of the Desert. The gap to Kevin Lekmansky has decreased. It's now down to 0.4 seconds.
Exactly what Simon needed. He can't afford to lose any more ground to Kevin.
It looks like Sketty is pushing hard to catch up to Simon of the Desert.
Simon is not going to give up his position easily.
It's a game of inches now as Simon of the Desert tails Kevin Lekmansky closely, ready to capitalize on any mistake. Big gains for Simon of the Desert as they move up the field, leaving Kevin Lekmansky behind.
Absolutely. Simon is showing great pace and determination, but he can't get too confident. There are still plenty of challenges ahead.
Kevin Lekmansky is looking for a way to close that gap to Simon of the Desert.
Sometimes you have to take risks to win, but pushing the car too hard can be a costly mistake. Kevin needs to be careful not to overdo it.
It's game on now. Kevin Lekmansky has closed the gap to Simon of the Desert. It's now down to 0.4 seconds. Kevin Lekmansky is pushing to maintain the lead, while Sketty is working to close in and challenge for the position.
Sketty needs to find a little extra speed to bring the fight to Kevin and move up the field.
It looks like Sketty is making a move. The gap to Kevin Lekmansky is now down to 0.2 seconds.
This is where the pressure really starts to build. A driver that stays calm and focused is more likely to come out on top.
It looks like Kevin Lekmansky is in control. He's ahead of Sketty by over a second, and it doesn't look like he's going to be challenged anytime soon. The gap between Sketty and Kevin Lekmansky is razor thin as they vie for second in this nail-biting contest. Sketty needs to find some speed, or maybe get more consistent. Janet, he's just put in a slower lap than Kevin Lekmansky.
It will be interesting to see if Kevin can keep outpacing Sketty.
It's like Simon of the Desert has saved all his energy for this final stretch.
Simon is not leaving anything on the table.
And that, folks, is how it's done. A solid performance and great win from Simon of the Desert.
What a result for Simon. He'll be absolutely thrilled with that performance, and rightly so. He really put in the work and it's paid off in spades.
Some might say that second place is the first loser, but Kevin Lekmansky certainly doesn't see it that way. He put in a phenomenal effort and should be proud of his podium finish.
Strong work securing second place. Well done.
What a race from Sketty. He kept his cool and secured a well-earned third place on the podium.
What a drive, well-deserved spot on the podium with that performance.
David Zahn, Narwhal, and Adam claim 4th, 5th, and 6th.